Former President Barack Obama returned to the White House Tuesday for the first time since leaving office.
He was there to promote the Affordable Care Act he signed into law 12 years ago.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It is good to be back in the White House.
CBS News Natalie Brand joins us now for more on this. Hi there, Natalie. So the Biden administration is taking steps to change the Affordable Care Act. Tell us about those changes and what's the reaction to the change been?
Hi, Elaine and Robert. Good to be with you. Well, first of all, we can say that President Biden, as a candidate, promised to expand upon the Affordable Care Act, which, of course, was signed back when he was then vice president under President Obama. And so now we see him actively working to do just that. And at the heart of the announcement made today is a proposal to fix what's become known as the family glitch. Under current rules, if someone can afford coverage for themselves under the current law, which is under 10% of income, they could not apply to get coverage or help for covering their family members, even if that became unaffordable for them to do so. But under this new proposed rule, family members who have to pay more than 10% of income for coverage will be able to now get help for their spouse and children. It's estimated that under this change, around 200,000 uninsured people would gain coverage and nearly 1 million more would see lower premiums, according to the White House's estimates. But this is really considered the largest administrative executive action to expand coverage since the Affordable Care Act was signed into law, although important to note that the rule would not take effect until January of next year. The White House has also been asked about a plan to pay for it, how much this would cost the federal government to fix this glitch, and we do not have details at this point on that topic.
Natalie, what is the significance of former President Barack Obama helping Mr. Biden make this announcement at the White House?
Well, certainly a significant day in that this was the former president's first return to the White House since he left office during that transition in 2017. And of course, this is his signature health care law, one of the most notable, if not the most notable, policy items during his presidency. We know that it's seen countless legal challenges going all the way up to the Supreme Court, continued Republican opposition, but it remains the law of the land. And now he's in this unique position of being able to return to the White House when his former VP is now the president, actively working to increase coverage under this law. The former president actually acknowledged that when it was passed, it wasn't perfect. But now he says glitches, this family glitch and other little issues with the massive law are being addressed by President Biden. Let's take a listen to what he had to say exactly.
It's eliminated lifetime limits on benefits that often put people in a jam. So we are incredibly proud of that work. But the reason we're here today is because President Biden, Vice President Harris, everybody who's worked on this thing understood from the start that the ACA wasn't perfect. To get the bill passed, we had to make compromises. We didn't get everything we wanted. That wasn't a reason not to do it. If you can get millions of people health coverage and better protection, it is, to quote a famous American, a pretty big deal. Today, the Biden-Harris administration is going even further by moving to fix a glitch in the regulations that will lower premiums for nearly 1 million people who need it.
So again, this is kind of a full circle moment for both presidents in trying to work to further to advance this health care law. And it has to be noted that this also comes during a key midterm year when we know this is a key issue for the Democratic base.
And just to follow up on that point, then, Natalie, perhaps this is a question better addressed to a pundit, but let me just ask you, we know that universal health coverage continues to be a huge priority, really, for progressives. How much does it appear this appearance by President Obama today, along with this announcement on the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, is essentially designed to drum up some excitement among the base? Because, of course, it is a midterm year.
Well, Elaine and Robert, we kind of heard a preview of, I think, what we can expect to hear more of from President Biden and the White House regarding continued Republican efforts to weaken and repeal this health care law. President Biden talked about that today. He said that Republican lawmakers remain intent upon repealing it, and that is a concern if they are to take perhaps the Senate or gain seats in Congress, which is expected just given historical trends of what we know about midterm years when, the president has the White House. So I think that we are going to see health care remain a key talking point for lawmakers across both sides. But what President Biden can point to is during the coronavirus pandemic, we've seen just how life and death, the issue of health care and coverage can be. And they also expanded Affordable Care Act subsidies during past COVID relief packages. That led to record enrollment on the Affordable Care Act health exchange marketplace. So right now, this has been a popular issue with Democratic voters and an issue on the minds of American voters after all. So I think the question now is, what does this new change exactly mean? How is it impacting people, especially as they get closer to Election Day? Elaine and Robert.
All right, Natalie Brand at the White House. Natalie, before we let you go, it's been a while since we've spoken with you, and that's because I understand recently you got married. Congratulations, Natalie.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. Now I'm back into reality, but it was a really great 2 weeks, which, it's true that it just goes by in the blink of an eye. It was such a magical day, but now it's all a blur, and we're back into reality, back in D.C.
That's right. That's what pictures and video are for. Natalie Brand, Natalie, so great to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much.